Welcome to Mudfest 2023. This event's been held for nearly 3 decades, quite possibly the best SUV and pickup competition held in America. And this year, it definitely is Mudfest. It's not a manufacturer's event. Mudfest is put on by members of the Northwest Automotive Press Association. The entire point of this battle royale is to find the best vehicles in a number of different categories. Because we all have different needs, there are different groupings, like pickup trucks, 2-row SUVs, 3-row SUVs. There's luxury and best value classes too, because a $452,000 Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
How much does this weigh? A little over 6,000 pounds.
Pitted against the new Subaru Crosstrek at $30,000 isn't a fair fight.
Is this the least expensive vehicle in the competition?
It is, and the next least expensive vehicle here is $8,930 more.
Ah, but who's keeping track?
There are 22 vehicles slugging it out at Mudfest 2023. From the category winners, we choose the Big Kahuna, the Outdoor Activity Vehicle of the Year. Last year's winner, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk 4xe, is not back to defend its title, but the powertrain is, in the form of the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, which reminds me there's a new electrified category with the Jeep, Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid, and the Genesis electrified GV70 competing.
Pure electric, 100% battery electric vehicle.
You do know that this is the first all-electric vehicle to ever compete in Mudfest.
I'm very proud of this fact.
This is a 2-day event. The first was actually kind of nice, with just enough sprinkles to make the pavement a little interesting.
We've got intermittent rain squalls coming. Good for testing.
Many of the automakers send representatives.
Got it in a rock mode. We're not going to go fast. The rock mode will give us the best traction control.
With all these machines to grade in such a short amount of time, it helps to have the information sitting in the passenger seat.
B mode is for more of a aggressive regeneration.
That's exactly right. Which you can also engage using the paddles on the back of the steering wheel.
Okay.
We also have books that list the vehicle's features and pricing, so we're armed with information. We take many things into consideration, clever touches that owners will appreciate, powertrain technology, which is changing every year, and there's interior quality plus much more. This contest isn't just about a vehicle's off-road prowess, but have to admit, it is the most fun thing to check out. If you don't see your favorite SUV, crossover, or pickup truck here, there are a couple different reasons why. One might be that it competed in a prior Mudfest and didn't win, so it's no longer eligible. And second of all, the manufacturer just decided not to bring it. They choose. Mudfest is staged at the Ridge Motorsports Park in Shelton, Washington, a first-class venue we're lucky to snag.
The parking area is a little tight. We've got 22 cars. We've got a lot of people walking around. This is a low-speed parking lot.
There are 24 Northwest Automotive Press Association members attending. Our first wave of testing is done on pavement.
Because, well, that's where most SUVs and crossovers spend most of their time. We used to do the off-road on day one. They get really, really dirty. We learned our lesson.
There's an autocross course setup. Generally, you'd want to do stuff like this with sports cars, but running a slalom tells you a lot about an SUV's dynamics.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, this is a Wrangler. It's not supposed to be for slaloms. It'll do better tomorrow on the off-road course.
There's a section to rate performance.
If there was a category for best sound, Raptor wins, hands down.
It ends with a brake test. There's an S-turn area. Always fun to snake a big rig through this.
And here's the fun part. The go-kart track. This is a scale of the Ridge's big track. This is wicked fun.
Yeah, it really is a go-kart course. The curves and grading are supremely useful for evaluating the dynamics of various vehicles, like the Lexus RX 500h F-Sport, which is all new for 2023.
This is the high-performance version of the RX, and it's not bad. You might think that Lexus doesn't do that kind of stuff well. It has been upping its game. It really has been.
Other all-new vehicles here, the Honda Pilot Trail Sport, and the next generation CR-V, the hybrid version in this case. Kia's new Sportage is here, the X-Pro edition. Same with the updated Telluride, also an X-Pro. Toyota brought the newest version of the Tundra pickup, and built on the same architecture, the Sequoia, both of them in TRD Pro trim. The Jeep Compass Trailhawk gets a serious mid-cycle refresh. The interior is significantly improved.
The thing is, a lot of these SUVs spend most of their time on roads, so handling is really important.
Day 2 brings classic Pacific Northwest weather. We like to show folks from around the country these conditions, so fewer people move here. The wet works for our purposes, not so great for staying comfortable.
I had such a glamorous job.
There are 2 tiers to the off-road course. All vehicles take on the standard section.
It is Mudfest. Let's make this car dirty.
Challenge accepted.
Even the electrified GV70, the most car-like of the bunch.
6.9 inches of ground clearance?
That's right.
Okay, let's put it to the test here.
Yes. And you'll notice that with the ultrasonic sensors in the bumper, the camera will activate as you approach
Oh,
the
look at
logs.
that.
There you go. So now it's, we got a few little drops. It is kind of rainy out there, but
Yeah.
you can kind of get a sense of how you're doing going over the logs.
A half dozen will venture onto a more extreme spur. It'll come as no surprise that the 3 Jeeps never break a sweat here. Even the Compass, but it is a Trailhawk. We all know Wrangler's legendary abilities, and the 4xe powertrain changes nothing. Might even enhance the experience. For a little bit more comfort and the ability to haul maximum amounts of humans and cargo, the Wagoneer is an incredibly capable family hauler.
The front-facing camera is nice to have in this situation.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Since I know what I'm getting into.
But if you didn't,
Yeah.
If the roads on the way to the kids' daycare are this bad, you should be getting more from your tax dollars. Also with 3 rows, the Hyundai Palisade XRT and Kia Telluride X-Pro. Honda brought the next generation Pilot, the first time I've driven it. It's the Trail Sport Edition, which isn't just outdoorsy looking trim.
Good that we have extra ground clearance of the Trail Sport here. 8.3 inches, one more than the standard one. The skid plates are strong enough to withstand the entire weight of the vehicle crashing down on a rock with no damage. Seriously.
This particular section that gets sloppier by the hour is an excellent way to assess the all-wheel drive systems.
When you're in trail mode, it uses what's called trail torque logic. So it'll send 75% of torque to the tractive tire and maintain 25% torque potential at the non-tractive tire, so that once that non-tractive tire regains grip, you can continue moving up the trail at a steady pace.
The more rugged version of the Nissan Pathfinder, the Rock Creek, takes on the tougher course, as its name implies. It's good for rocks and creeks. But there are a number of machines here that aren't expected on the trail, like the BMW X7 M60i.
You wouldn't expect that you could off-road this. Most people think, rightly, this is all about performance, and it is, but I'm tackling this.
Same with the Acura RDX A-Spec with super handling all-wheel drive. And then there's the Rolls. It takes a lot of guts to bring an Arctic White on Arctic White rig to a contest this brown. It's unflappable. Remember, it's also $452,000.
You know, at that price, I really don't know how many owners are going to off-road a Cullinan, but those that do will get a velvety smooth experience. This is amazing. Highly recommended if you can try it.
Crossovers that some might dismiss as glorified cars scamper around the course, so getting to the good mountain bike trails should be manageable for all of the entries.
Ooh, that's kind of nasty stuff. And you know, I really tried to show you folks that even though something like this, the Mazda CX-50, is considered a soft roader and more for on-pavement use, it can tackle this stuff. No problem, really.
Check out the Volkswagen Tiguan, waltzing around the terrain. It'll take on logging roads. Other than the 4xe, the only other plug-in hybrid in the competition is the Mitsubishi Outlander.
Plug-in hybrid, electric vehicle. We've got up to 38 miles of all-electric range.
And the wheels in the back are driven how?
The rear drive is 100% electric. There is no mechanical connection between the rear drive system and the ICE, the internal combustion engine, in the front.
As the afternoon unfolds, a lot of us feel that it's the sleeper of the bunch, and it has a small third row. Now, frankly, going in, expectations were not high. This is the company that most recently brought us the Mirage.
This has gotten pretty soupy.
It has.
Over the afternoon.
It has. It's just, we'll go.
And I'm in mud mode, right?
Yep, you're in mud mode. And again, because the rear drive is completely decoupled from the front, and the rear is 100% electric, as we discussed earlier, it's almost as if you've got a locking center differential. We can split the torque from the front and the rear wheels from each other.
The silky drivetrain and well-trimmed interior is getting a lot of respect.
So rumor has it this doesn't have just heated seats, but massaging seats?
Absolutely.
The folks at the Ridge Motorsports Park did a terrific job of creating a course that really shows off the all-wheel drive systems. The new Kia Telluride X Pro is a little bit more oriented to tough terrain compared to the X line. This mogul section is especially enlightening. Here's the thing, cameras never seem to capture the severity of off-roading. These aren't the most severe conditions in the world, but they're realistic and offer an excellent opportunity to assess the capabilities of these vehicles in a compressed amount of time.
All right, votes are in, and before I announce the winners, let me just say this. Competition this year was unusually intense. I could have voted a couple different ways depending on the vehicle. Here are the winners.
In the two-row SUV category, it's the Jeep Wrangler 4xe 20th Anniversary Rubicon with runner-up Kia Sportage X Pro Prestige. Three-row SUV, the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid is the well-deserved winner with Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro as the runner-up. For luxury SUV, the first time an EV has won at Mudfest, the Genesis Electrified GV70 with Wagoneer in second place. Pickup truck, that goes to the Ford F-150 Raptor R 4x4 Super Crew, edging out last year's winner, Hyundai Santa Cruz. Electrified utility vehicle, Genesis Electrified GV70 for the win, with Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid in second. Extreme capability vehicle is a tight one, but Jeep Wrangler 4xe Rubicon comes out on top over Ford F-150 Raptor R. Best value SUV or pickup, there's really no doubt it's the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek, followed by the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in. And the overall winner, the Northwest Outdoor Activity Vehicle of the Year, is the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid with the runner-up, the Genesis Electrified GV70. The members of the Northwest Automotive Press Association have spoken. Remember, this is not simply about off-road ability. It's a number of different factors. It's about being well-rounded. With Mudfest 2023 in the books, it should give you ideas on what to shop for. We've done the dirty work for you. Special thanks to the folks at the Northwest Automotive Press Association for putting on a terrific event. Also, couldn't do this without the support of Drive Shop and Page One. They helped get all of these vehicles to Shelton, Washington, which is no easy task. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Anyone that's tried to organize any kind of event will appreciate the Herculean task that Mudfest is. We stayed at the Alderbook Resort. It's right on Hood Canal. The staff is awesome. Take a float plane in from Seattle. It's really cool. And the Ridge Motorsports Park knocked it out of the park once again. If you ever get a chance to attend an event here, it's highly recommended. I don't think they'll let you drive your own Raptor on the go-kart course, but hey, the karting's fun.
Before I go, just wanted to say one more time that competition was incredibly fierce this year. All of these vehicles are very, very good. And not to take anything away from the winners, but you have to really test drive, okay? Because even though this might have won in a category, doesn't mean it's right for you. So get out there and test drive, okay? I'm always saying that, but it's true. These are all expensive. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Post, and Facebook, and leave a question if you've got one in the comments. I'm going to go in and start to dry off. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.